Kick us off. If I could get everyone's attention. Welcome, everyone. I hope all your congressional visits went very well. We have two very special guests with us today. The reason that we're in this room was because of their tremendous effort. Here with us are two representatives from Mike Burgess' office, a congressman from Texas. We have JP and Sarah Johnson.
Well, thank you all very much. We just want to stop by and say hello and send the welcomes of Congressman Burgess, who was a practicing physician in North Texas for 25 years before he started his congressional career. He always calls this his event, and he is saddened that he is not able to be with you today. Unfortunately, we are not in session, and he's back in Texas meeting with folks, but he wanted to send us and just say thank you for coming here. Thank you for being part of a wonderful organization, HOSA. That he has been very proud to work with for over 10 years, that he's represented the 26th district. And I just want to say this, as someone who's worked with doctors in Congress for the last 10 years, you have no idea the roles you will be able to play if you continue your involvement as you have in HOSA. There is no profession that is more trusted than that of the healthcare workforce. You will bring so much credibility in your opinions if you remain active in communicating with your leaders locally, statewide, and nationally. And know that you're entering medicine at one of the most exciting times in human history. Each of you will be able to play a role in alleviating human suffering on a level that mankind has never been able to do before. And you're going to be our frontline workforce and frontline warriors in that. So thank you for being here. One person who I think deserves a lot of credit for dealing with all the room and arrangements and everything is Amanda Stevens in the back of the room. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for what you do. And again, on behalf of Congressman Burgess, hope you have a great trip. Thank you.
I hope you all have thoroughly enjoyed this conference and the chance to visit the congressmen and the representatives from your states. The reason that we have this conference is to prepare you to be advocates for HOSA, to prepare you to share the HOSA story to people all over the world and all over the nation. You guys have been learning so much throughout these last few days, and I know that your state advisors and each of you is very excited to hear what each other has learned. So throughout yesterday and today, you guys have been putting together a presentation that you're going to share with your state advisors to let them know what you have learned. And just so that the state advisors know what task we gave them, we challenged them in their courage teams. They were to put together a presentation in 120 seconds to answer the following questions about their experience here. They were supposed to answer what each officer learned as a result of the story that captures something that was a memorable experience. They had to answer, what did each team learn about courageous leadership while at this conference? They had to answer what each member's highlight was during this conference. They had to answer what the team started doing better as they progressed through this conference. They had to answer what the team stopped doing that was hurting them in their progress through leadership. And they had to answer what they were already doing great as leaders and what they will continue to be doing. So in a moment, I'll be calling up monument groups to come and present. And I just want to let the students know that we gave you that restriction of 120 seconds so that you guys would stick to the very key facts that would be what you gain. But we don't want you to feel pressured. If you feel the need to share, we're not going to be timing you. We're not going to be cutting you off. So to begin, I'd like to introduce the Washington Monument Memorial Team. Please come up front.
remember what question Dustin had because he's not here.
I didn't bring the second part, by the way. I didn't bring the other part because I left it in the bus. I left it in the bus.
What part did Dustin have?
I'm not sure.
Since he's gone.
So when I just put it up.
Well, for our group, we made a poster, and currently about half of it is missing, and that is totally okay. And we're just going to go down the line and share our specific question that we allotted to our group. I chose the first question, which was, what do you think was the team's favorite event and what really bonded us as a team? And what we think that G. Wash really liked was we really liked making our music video to explain the facts and history of the Washington Monument. We really enjoyed being able to bond as a group and find creative ways to get across information that was pertinent to the situation.
You're number 2?
I have number 2, which is what did each officer learn? So, for me personally, I learned that teamwork is a very valuable asset, not only with your own state, but with other states. With other states, I got it. All right. So, communication, teamwork, not only with your state, but working with other states. So that is how we can actually bring HOSA higher than it is today. This is how we can expand. This is how we can get members. This is like the best way to experience HOSA, by communicating, by sharing ideas, by giving out ideas, and I feel like that's what I learned.
So number 3, what did your team learn about courageous leadership at WLA? Our team learned that after you jump out of your comfort zone, it's really not as scary as it seems like at first. And after you do it, you really don't ever regret it. At least I know I haven't, because for me, talking to new people and jumping out of my little circle of friends is very scary for me. And through doing that, I've learned that there's other people out there that have great ideas and that are very interesting to talk to. And it all just helped us jump out of our comfort zone as leaders.
Okay, what was each member's conference highlight? My conference highlight was when we made the video. It was funny how everybody came out their comfort zone to make characters because they were rappers. I really enjoyed myself. And the other highlight was when we did the walk around, the little tours around the monuments. I really had a great time.
Okay, I believe number 5 was what should your team start doing, and we all believe that we should start taking risks.
Some of the things that as a team we're going to stop doing that we learned from WLA is bringing other people down. Even though we didn't do that, we saw that some things did happen like that, and we want to encourage all of our members and our other state officers. So that's something that we're going to stop. Also, I guess there's no other way, but to stop being negative. Even though we didn't also, again, we weren't negative, it does happen in teams, and we feel that being negative, it can affect a team, and being positive all the time is what a team really needs. And lastly, the last question was, what is our team going to continue to do after WLA? And that is, we're going to continue to take risk and be courageous. Thank you.
Next, we'd like to welcome the American National Red Cross Courage Team.
Are you going to introduce us?
I don't know.
Oh, this is all of us, right?
Who's starting us off?
Me.
Yeah.
Okay, do we go ahead? Okay, can I go? Okay, hi. The event that we thought was most memorable to us was when we played the carpet game, like how to find the pathway, because it made us realize like how much it actually is okay to make mistakes and to learn from them. And we actually had a fun time doing it, and like we bonded so well because we had to trust each other in such a short amount of time. So it was really like a bonding moment for us as a team.
The things we really took away from this event was teamwork and communication, because we were a little bit limited because we couldn't use our voices to get across the grid. But so that's the reason we had to go around it and find another solution. And I think that's what really brought the team together, because we fought together to get through it and find a solution.
At the beginning of this week, we were challenged by the national officers to come up with our definition of what we thought courage meant, and we came up with stepping past fear. And boy, did we exercise that this week. We stepped past the fear of not knowing each other, stepped past the fear of not working with each other before, and overall we overcame our fears with each other and worked and collaborated to create a very successful week for ourselves, and we really bonded as a team. So I think stepping past that fear has really inspired new courage in all of us in our team.
One of the things that we will start doing as a team was the LCSs, which is where if you don't like an idea that someone has, you bring up points. You start with liking their idea. So you say something in support of it, like, that's a good idea, or I like it because she's popular, or something like that. And then you go on to concern, which is the C. And that would be something like, but that would be too expensive, or but that wouldn't reflect well on us. And then you go on to S, which is the suggestion, and that's where you give your own idea, or you kind of alter their idea so that it fits everyone.
One of the things we will stop doing is, I think we underestimated ourselves a lot, especially with the video. We were like, oh my gosh, we have to cover all this information in this amount of time, and we didn't know. I think we overthought it, so we were all researching just way too much. But then we were like, well, let's plan our video first, begin with the end in mind, so that we know exactly what pieces of information we need to make a successful video, which we did.
And finally, what we're plan on continuing to do is to encourage HOSA within our local chapters and really inspire that grand vision of HOSA at everybody. The vision that, this is a real organization. It has real potential, and it produces real results. And, I think we're going to continue inspiring that message, being absolutely 100% positive, because negativity accomplishes next to nothing, but positivity accomplishes the world. So that's what we're going to continue doing. Good. Yeah, that was good.
I just want to remind the teams as they come up to just quickly introduce yourself and the state that you're from. Next, we're going to have the White House Courage team.
All right, so we are Team White House, and my name is Stephanie. I'm from Florida. So the first question is, share a story about something that happened with your team that captured a memorable event you experienced. And I'd say one of our most memorable events was the video making, because we all had a lot of fun doing that and just apportioning what duties each person would have. Like, I got to do the editing for the video, and a lot of us got to act in the video, and it was just a really fun experience for us all, and it was just kind of like the icebreaker of the whole event. So like we kind of got to break the ice and just laugh together. So it was really fun.
Number 2 is what each officer learned. I learned that you make no mistakes. Your mistakes are a road to progress. That you just learn from what you didn't accomplish before. You just do it over and over again until you get it right.
I'm Willie Stark from Michigan, and number 3 says, what did your team learn about courageous leadership at WLA? And I think what we learned about courageous leadership is, in order to become a good, courageous leader, you have to be outgoing and you have to not be shy. You have to show everyone that you have the confidence to know the right path to go down and lead everyone down that path. So I think that's what we learned.
Hi, I'm Lita Rumler, and I'm from Indiana. Number 4 is what was each member's conference highlight? And I believe that as a group, our highlight was making the video at the beginning, because we all would come together and we'd do multiple takes. You know, we'd mess up or we'd get it right, and the whole time, the reason why we messed up most of the time is we were laughing so hard. We're having fun recording FDR and Lincoln and just having a good time, and we really, really bonded over those few moments.
Hello, my name's Emma Sanchez, and I am from Arizona. Okay, so number 5 asks, what will your team start? Whoa, sorry. I almost fell. What will your team start doing as a result of WLA? And we decided that we will just encourage others to meet people. Just network as much as you can, because you don't know when you'll ever see those people, like that person again. Or if you just meet anyone at random, they can be that one person that might save your life one day and you won't even know it. So make friends.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kyle Derman, and I'm from California, HOSA. Unfortunately, I was unable to join my group for the preparation of this presentation, but I know that one of the things that we have marked here that we want to share is a profound experience. And my own was that when we visited Arlington National Cemetery, I found that the state boundaries that we see on maps and all that stuff were stripped away. And what I really saw was a nation of leaders, students, advisors, directors, and volunteers draped in, a common navy blue and posed with a purpose, pure as white. And what runs deep is that maroon blood we got for HOSA. That compassion that we all share, that common goal to be future health professionals and serve our nation. And what stems from that is excellence everywhere I see, on every level. And I truly believe, and especially with my team, I see every aspect of everything I just spoke of, as well as in front of me. So this experience, at least for me at WLA, was the most profound experience I've had as a HOSA member, officer to date, and I look forward to working with you forever, hopefully. Thank you.
Next, we'd like to bring up the World War II Memorial Courage Team.
Something memorable that happened with my team is every time that we were asked to reflect on any given topic for a day, we were able to come together and produce some really good thoughts, such as what maybe the differences between leadership experience and professional experience. Ultimately, professionals are great for our society, but even professionals will look towards leaders to guide their environments and push them on to a better tomorrow.
So the second question was, what did each officer learn as a result of this conference? And something that I can take back to my state is the LCS, the like, suggest, concern and suggest, because it encourages everyone to contribute without feeling judged, and it allows everyone to have a voice, and it allows everyone to come to a final opinion and something that fits the whole team. So I really think I will take that back to my region, to my state.
We were asked what we learned about courageous leadership while we were here at the WLA, and I think that we learned that anybody has that potential to be a courageous leader, and if that just anybody can do it.
I'm Sydney from West Virginia, and we had to pick a highlight from what we learned from WLA, or what your favorite part was. And my favorite part this at the conference was probably making the videos, because we got to know each other, and it was just kind of the icebreaker for the whole group.
I'm Skylar from North Carolina, and my highlight was the honor of getting to go to Arlington Cemetery. The reverence and stillness and the sense of the honor and glory that just hangs in the air is absolutely breathtaking and just leaves you in awe. And so that is certainly something profound that I will take back with me.
While we were at this leadership training, we got a lot of great lessons, and we were taught to start a lot of things and to stop a lot of things. And one of the things that we all chose we could take away was how to answer an open-ended question, and that we should be asking the questions of our members. And we learned to stop talking about ourselves so much and start learning a little more about our members and how to connect with them.
Thank you for your time. Unfortunately, some of our members from our team couldn't make it here, and that was kind of like a last-second change. But thank you for everything that you've been able to put on for us today and this whole week.
Next, we'd like to welcome the 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence Courage Team.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jamie Stewart, and I am from Phoenix, Arizona. And we were given the opportunity here at Washington Leadership Academy to visit a very historic memorial known as the Einstein Memorial. And together, my team had quite a bit of fun exploring the monument by climbing onto the arms, taking pictures, and doing all these funny faces. And I think that really gave us an opportunity to bond.
Hi, I'm Lin Hun from North Carolina. And as the result of this event, I learned that it is okay to be different. And it is really important to listen to other ideas. And people love to listen to your ideas like everywhere and every day. You just have to speak up to yourself.
Okay, so we all learned about courageous leadership and how we can all have ideas and we're all individual leaders, but we all come together and we don't tear each other down when each one of us has our own ideas. So we're courageous, but we listen to each other too.
So for number 4, it asked what our conference highlight was. And for me in particular, it was actually today, this morning, when everybody else had gone to their congressional visits. My team was still there with the National Executive Council, and we had seen them at nationals when we went line dancing, so we were line dancing in front of the Capitol.
Two things that we were asked to do is what would our team start doing and what would our team stop doing as a result of WLA. We're going to stop talking about ourselves when we are trying to pull information out of others. And we are going to start listening to everyone's ideas much more thoroughly and not just shutting them down right away.
When we were at WLA this week, we learned that a lot of the things that we did during the past week could also be applied to our region. Like the idea of courage and how we could apply the same values that these amazing men and women that we learned about did for their country to our own regions. And we learned about the numerous ways that we can interact with new people and how to approach new situations that we've never learned before. And I feel like when we finally go back to our own states and we apply this knowledge, not only will we make HOSA a better organization for our members, but for the nation's members as well.
As a team, we will start using LCS, and so we can effectively lead our HOSA states.
I'm Dexter, and I'm from the first state. And what our team will start to continue is we'll start to show more leadership skills to others, be more courageous, and not be scared. Actually, I'm nervous right now, so be less nervous and learn how to be confident in ourselves so we can achieve our goals in the future. That's it.
Thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to be here.
Next, we'd like to welcome the Albert Einstein Memorial Courage Team.
I just slide up. Do we have everyone? Okay. We just start. Hi everyone. I'm Nelish Ardeshna. I'm from California. And getting lost isn't fun. There's a lot of walking involved, and your feet hurt because of your heels, or at least I've been told. But yeah, my team and I, we had the fortunate experience of experiencing a very unfortunate event of getting lost. We got lost on the way to the Smithsonian, and we had to take a 30-40 minute detour. At first, we're like, oh God, but it actually turned out to be really quite nice because we got to see landmarks that weren't on our tour, like such as we got to see the place where Lincoln died, like Booth's Theater, and also we got to run across a Latino parade to get to the Smithsonian, so that was kind of fun, and yeah.
So I'm Michaela from Washington State, and so number 2 is what each officer learned from a result of WLA. And I think all of us learned teamwork, cooperation, and most of all, like courage and stepping out of our comfort zone.
Hi, I'm Wesley from Texas, and our team learned a lot about courageous leadership over the course of this conference. As full of interesting lessons, we learned really valuable lessons that we can then take home to our states and hopefully improve our state associations. Being here in Washington reminded me that when Washington crossed the Delaware, he showed courage. When our group members overcame their fear of public speaking, they showed courage. When our group members overcame the fear of the group of running as fast as we can to get to where we wanted to go, they showed courage. And when HOSA members come together to build a better health profession, we show courage.
One conference highlight was making a video, as several of us have already mentioned. For us, all of us had a lot of great ideas in the beginning, so we learned how to synthesize our ideas and also delegate tasks. Eventually, we accomplished this goal and made a video, so we showed how we can accomplish a goal on a smaller scale, and we can just imagine what goal we can accomplish on a bigger scale across the country.
How y'all doing? I'm Isis from Indiana, and I guess I'm supposed to tell you one of my favorite highlights. And it was probably the first 10 seconds of sitting at the table with the awkward silence, like you're staring at everyone and you don't know who's going to say something first. So that's probably my favorite.
Hi, I'm Kelly. I'm from Ohio, HOSA. My favorite highlight from here, I think, was probably writing the thank you notes, because I thought that was a great time for all of us to experience our appreciation for whoever brought us here, who paid for us to come here, and our appreciation for what we impacted on each other. And that was my favorite highlight.
Hey, so I'm Aditya from New Jersey. What will your team start doing as a result of WLA? And so I think that we should just start listening to each other more and more, because sometimes we tend to not listen and one member gets forgotten or alienated in a group. And if we listen more, that won't happen. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Taylor Johnston, and I'm from Michigan. My questions were number 6, what will your team stop doing as a result of WLA? I think one of the things that we will definitely stop doing is putting each other down. We should definitely listen to everyone's ideas, because if their ideas even aren't so great, they might have a really good point in them that could make our ideas even better. And my other question was number 7, what will your team continue to do as a result of WLA? We will definitely continue to grow as leaders. We started off coming here as great leaders, but now learning what we have this week, we will definitely learn to become better ones. Thank you.
Next, we'd like to welcome the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Courage Team.
Hold on, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna say something real quick.
Okay.
Let's give a list.
Say that someone remembers.
Okay. I'd like to start off by saying that since we met each other here, we've decided not to call ourselves a team. We like to think of each other as a family now. So this is the Vietnam family.
Or NOMS, as we like to call ourselves. So what we did was we made an acronym out of the word courage. So the first one is the crazy games that we played as the events that we're going to be talking about. And it was a lot of fun, and it was really a family bonding experience for us.
Hey, I'm Akash from South Carolina, and the second one was O for our outstanding appreciation of each other and each other's abilities.
I'm Ben Flanagan from West Virginia, and the next one is U. It stands for understanding our abilities. And that answers number 3 of what we learned here.
Hi, my name is Tanya. I'm from Arizona. And for what will your team stop doing as a result of WLA, we put restricting our ambitions, because we sometimes doubt ourselves and what we can actually do. But when we work together as a team and when we actually focus on what we want to do, we can definitely go far, especially as future health professionals. We can never make ourselves feel lower than what we really are, because we can accomplish anything.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Chow from South Dakota. What we will continue doing as a result of WLA is advocate for HOSA. That's the A in courage. We're here today to help advocate to our senators and our representatives, but we can bring that back to our states and advocate for HOSA at a state level and at a local level to make, new friends, make new members join. So.
One thing we will continue to do is give thanks. So thank you to all the state advisors that brought us here, supported us, and thanks to all the other officers that supported us. And another thing we'll do is give feedback, always trying to improve this organization and improve the teamwork that we have.
And last but not least, E, everyone's highlight. So we're all going to share with you our favorite part about being here at WLA. But the main thing that I think personally that we all enjoyed was experiencing time with each other and getting to know one another through WLA. We all come from a different state, but we were still able to come together, put our ideas together, and we didn't have many arguments or any trouble figuring out what we wanted to do. We got things done on time. We made an awesome video, and we had fun the whole time here. Want to share your highlights?
I guess my highlight was the game night. We killed it. We were such a good team, and we have such a great connection with each other that we just had a lot of fun, and it was really enjoyable.
Well, my highlight was getting to know everybody, because like we said in the beginning, we went from not being a team anymore, we were a family. So just getting to know everybody, and even though we're from all different states, we all have so much in common, and we got along so well. And then like Lindsay said, we killed it at the game, so that was awesome.
My highlight was running around Washington, D.C. together. We hit, 8 out of the 13 monuments in 2.5 hours. Pretty impressive. So we were kind of out of breath by the end.
First of all, I'd like to say that our team, or our family, was probably pretty stacked. So, yeah, my favorite part, like a lot of others, was the game night, because that's whenever we really got to bond with each other and get to know each other and work together. So that's probably my favorite part.
My highlight was probably the video on the first night, because that's when we got to really know each other, and that was a lot of fun making that.
Probably one of my favorite parts was the national walk. We tried to get every monument in, and while we were rushing and running around, we never once blamed each other or got annoyed with each other. We just laughed it off and we just kept going, and we bonded really, really well that day. And it's just one of my favorite all-time moments.
So thank you. And we're missing a few of our team members,
yes.
But yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we'd like to welcome the Vietnam Women's Memorial Team.
All right, hi, I'm Ariel from Ohio. I'm going to be really quick. Unfortunately, I will not be able to stand up with
my wonderful team members to finish this. But my question was, what did each officer learn? And we agreed that we learned to work together with big voices, meaning instead of sitting there and not participating, not voicing our opinions and our creativity, we learned to speak up and to, express ourselves, and we were able to use all of our ideas to do the things that we did. And then also I have thank you cards for them because they're just such a great team.
So a story that we experienced this week at WLA was having the opportunity to make the video. As I'm sure many of you have heard a lot of the other groups say, it was just really fun because we were thrown in and had this obstacle, and then we so we had this obstacle, and it was really cool because immediately we were like challenged on how to overcome the barrier of not knowing each other and how, like, what is the best way to communicate with this group of strangers. And so it was really cool the way we overcame it, and trying to incorporate everybody's awesome ideas. So it was really fun and a memorable experience.
Hi, I'm Chantel from DC. Okay, so my team thought that in order to be a courageous leader, we all have to step out of our comfort zone and be ourselves so we can all benefit and learn from each other.
My name is Fahed LK from the First State, and my question was, what will we take back home from this conference? And I think one of the most important things we'll take back home is being able to work with people you just met and you don't know very well, but you get to know them and you like them. And I love you all, and have a good day.
My name's Nicole Heiler. I'm from Michigan. And my question was, what are we going to stop doing as a result of WLA? And what we're going to stop doing is we're going to stop being so self-centered, stop thinking just about us. We're going to stop letting the day pass that we don't think about others and try to encourage them. And we're going to stop letting the moment pass that we don't step up, take the initiative to let somebody into your group, because that's something that just makes their day, or just listening to somebody's idea. We're just going to stop wasting moments.
Hey everyone, my name is Ben Lell. I'm from Montana, and my question is, what is the highlight of this trip? I think this is a really hard question. It's like the hardest one. I mean, the whole trip is pretty much the highlight. And if I really want to pick a highlight of this trip, I would say it is just really networking with all the members and all your teams, and really just bonding with each other and learning about the culture and about different states and hearing their different accents. Thank you.
I'm Severio from New Jersey, and as a result of WLA, we are going to continue to fill each other's buckets. Well, that's all I have to say. I'm sorry.
Hi, my name's Lucy. I'm from North Carolina, and another one of the conference highlights that I think we had this year was definitely visiting Walter Reed Medical Center yesterday, because we learned a lot about the new advances in technology. And one of the big things this year is that the future starts now, and that's the national theme. And I think yesterday we really got a glimpse of that future that we're going to have, so that was really cool. And anybody else? Good? I think that's it. Thank you.
As we continue with presentations, we want to remind groups to move through their presentations as quickly as possible while sharing what they got out of this experience. Next, we'd like to welcome up the Lincoln Memorial team.
Hello, everyone. My name is Joyce, and I'm from Nevada. I think throughout this conference, each team had their difficulties, whether it be with presenting or having to come up with a last-minute video, and we all had to persevere through everything. And I think a memory and moment that captured the essence of that in our team was on game night when we had to do that skiing activity across the room, and we got really stuck at one point. Like, the team was already surpassing us. We were, like, freaking out because we really wanted to win. But, you know, we persevered through it, and we actually ended up winning.
So what we learned from the ski activity is how to persevere through things and how to use teamwork, because when we got stuck, we did have to work as a team and to get through it all together. And I'm China from Mississippi.
I'm John Fillmore from Michigan, and to be a courageous leader, you have to be a loyal follower, because we all have to give up that leadership complex sometimes to be pointed in the right direction and get some guidance. I know I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for my advisor kind of pushing me forward towards HOSA and towards being a state officer. She was my leader, so we all have to bow down sometimes to a bigger opinion or the greater good and become a follower instead of a leader.
Hi everyone, I'm Kelsey from Montana, and my question was, what was my favorite personal highlight? And I think for me specifically, it was the congressional visits today, simply because I'm really interested in the intertwining of healthcare and politics, and I think that's what I want to go into. And I think it just really shows you how many different and a wide range of opportunities that HOSA really gives us.
Hi, I'm Aditya from New Jersey. My question was, what was the highlight of the conference? And for me, I thought the biggest highlight was probably the beginning of WLA, the first activity that we did of the frowny face, and then a happy greeting. So I thought that was a great way to start it off.
Hi, I'm Jenny from Missouri, and my question was, what will your team start doing as a result of WLA? And I guess we'll start doing a lot more of team building, because unless you're really tight with your team, you won't be able to accomplish as much as you might have, as you could. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Emily Essick from North Carolina, and my question was, what will your team stop doing as a result of WLA? And our team will stop being afraid and simply be courageous and step out of our comfort zone and try to network with more people, become friends, and use your resources.
Hi, my name is Eduardo from Nebraska, and my question was, what will we keep doing as a result of what we learned from WLA to bring back to our states? I think that we'll keep being leaders and bringing that leadership to our states. We'll be using our skills, talents, and personalities to work together as a team to work for the office in service of our members.
That's it.
Thank you.
Next, we'd like to welcome the Korean War Veterans Memorial Team.
I'll do the story and the
I'm doing a highlight.
So we're doing mine and Tyler's. No, yeah, you're doing a highlight. Wait, I want to make sure I can talk about it. What's your highlight? Okay.
Hi guys. We named our team the Courage Catalyst because we realized that each of us have the potential to ignite courage in the hearts of our membership, and that's what our goal was throughout this conference. One of our teammates, Tyler, isn't here, but he wanted to share a story with you guys, and that story was about how we persevered through the very strenuous activity of creating a video in a very short amount of time. And what we learned from that, we learned actually two things. And the first was to always give thanks and appreciate what everyone is doing. When you delegate responsibilities, we often leave the most important part out. The jobs get done and we move on, but we forget to take a moment and just recognize the efforts of everyone who put in the effort to make that happen. So that's one thing we really took away. Oh, also, my name is Piyush Puri from New Jersey.
Hi, I'm Katie Lee from North Carolina, and so I just wanted to talk about the highlight of this trip. Just a little background on the story. So we were having game night, and we had different stations set up throughout the room, and then a lot of people were gathering in the middle of the room. Antonio was like, "Hey, let's set up another station," and we were like, "All right." So we decided to play Bang, and Jessica is like, "I don't know how to play." And then she's like, "Do you know how to play?" I was like, "Yeah." So I just facilitated that game, if anybody remembers me. But it was really fun. I mean, you can just see that the games bring everybody together, and when someone won a little round or something, you could see just like their face light up, and that's really what I like doing. I like just making other people happy, and I like serving others, and it was just so nice to see everybody's face light up when they just like, bang.
Hello, I'm Cassandra from Nevada, and I think as a result of WLA, our team will definitely start to delegate more tasks, not only to be more effective, but to definitely play to each other's strengths.
Hi, I'm Larissa from Michigan, and my question is, what are we going to stop doing as a team as a result of WLA? And the thing is, we're all leaders, so we tend to take over each other when we're doing projects and tasks. And one of the major things we learned to stop doing is to stop trying to take over and start listening to each other and working together, because we all got something great to bring to the table and can accomplish something really awesome together.
Hi, I'm Haley from Indiana, and my question was, what will we start doing as a result of WLA? And what we're going to start doing is we're going to start being more cooperative with each other. And we are all from different states, and usually whenever we come from different states, we leave our families, our other state officers from our state. And this was really hard for me, and I wasn't used to it, and I wasn't very comfortable. But I decided to let down that wall and to start talking to new people and try to put myself out there. And we're also going to start being more courageous. So, thank you.
My name is Rebecca Treaster, and I'm from South Carolina. Our team really wanted to be the inspiration to everybody back home. It doesn't matter where you're from, what your background is, or anything that you do. What matters is what you can do for others. And we really wanted to display that throughout our team and everything. The future starts now, and the future starts with us.
Thank you.
Next, we'd like to welcome the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Courage Team.
Where's the rest of us? Is that all of us? Are we missing more people?
Okay, start.
Or who's going to start off? Christine? Christine, yeah. Go off.
Hi, so we're the Martin Luther King Juniors group, or juniors group, and we so since I'm just really cheesy, we saw that there were 7 questions, and courage has 7 letters, so we're gonna start off with C.
Today, one of the most memorable moments that we had as a team was going to the Arlington Cemetery and just seeing how respectful everybody around the world would come there and pay their respects and see the changing of the guard. And what we don't understand is how precious life is and how many people would do stuff for us, such as our state advisors and everybody here in Washington, how much help they would give us and provide for us. We can't thank them enough.
And now we're going to have O. Take it away.
Okay, I'm O. Okay, I'm Edgar Castro, and I'm from South Carolina's HOSA. I'll do 5. Okay, what will your team start doing as a result of WLA? And I feel like our team would just start communicating easily to not only us, but to the whole entire chapter, because we all had a big bond, and I'm going to miss all of them. I may not see them ever again, but I mean, I know we made a big connection throughout the group, so pretty good thing.
Now you. I'll do you. Okay. So, number 3, what did your team learn about courageous leadership at WLA? Oh, that's you? Okay, that's her.
Okay. I guess I'm you. But what we learned is that courageousness can come from the littlest things we do. Personally, I got a courage pin for talking to someone about HOSA. And I was like, why am I getting a courage pin for this? I do it all the time. I do it to my friends so much that they get annoyed. I talk about HOSA to my dogs. Like, I talk about it all the time. So I was like, why is this courageous? And I just thought back. I was like, whenever I first started in HOSA, I couldn't talk to anybody about HOSA. I was so nervous to talk to people. And now I am this person that can just go up to anyone and start talking about HOSA. And so I think that we all are capable of being courageous.
And now R.
We are missing a few members today, so.
We're missing 4.
We are missing 4.
We're missing 4 people.
My name is Nada Henry. I'm from DC. The conference highlight for me was when we did the video, because it brought everybody together. We didn't know each other. That's it.
And then I'll do A and G. Okay, so what we started doing as a group was kind of being more positive, because when we did our video, it wouldn't save, and we finished the video at 9:45 and it was due at 10, but then the technology stopped working, and we're just like, darn technology. And we actually had to start over from scratch. And so we stayed up until, Edgar and I stayed up until 12:30 working on the video, and we realized that we needed to stop being so negative and realize that even though we make mistakes and even though some things don't work like technology, we can still have success and we can still accomplish things if we have a positive attitude and know that we can do it and persevere and have determination, sorry. And then what we'll stop doing is judging people. We researched about Martin Luther King Jr. and we saw that his courageous act of desegregating America was amazing, and we realized that we shouldn't judge others by what they look like, but by what they bring to the table, by who they are. And so we definitely didn't judge each other. We are all from all over the country, and we are all from different backgrounds, and we're not going to judge others, and we accepted each other as a family, and so now we are a family, and I think we all as a group became a family. We come from different places, and it's just amazing just to see that come together. Oh, and I'm Christine from Texas.
Okay, well, one last thing, I'd like to thank all of y'all for coming. I know in our state advisors, we should really thank them too, because without them, we wouldn't really be here right now. So I think they should need a round of applause for each one of them. So. I think that's really about it. So.
Oh, and that was E. Okay, and then we're done. Thank you.
Next, we'd like to bring up the Franklin Delano Roosevelt Memorial Team.
use the podium.
Hello, everyone. We are Team Frankie D, and I'm Cindy McConkie, and I'm from Michigan. And number one, share a story about something that happened with your team that captures a memorable event you experienced. Like a lot of other groups said, the video definitely was a highlight for our group. Kaylee here sounds like Darla off The Little Rascals. I don't know if any of you have seen that movie, but she's identical to her. And every time she said FDR, we would all just crack up and laugh. And the video, I think, really showcased all of our personalities and really brought us together close as a group. You want to say FDR in the microphone?
So from this event, as far as what we had fun. Definitely. We learned more about each other, and she really broke the ice for us to laugh, to joke around. But it really brought us together as far as working together and knowing our strengths, knowing our weaknesses, and working as a team. And we really did play to that, to our strengths and weaknesses. I mean, we had an effective system. Someone would be going out, taking video, and we also had someone that knew how to video edit, that knew how to work the computer. And it went by really fast. And we didn't really have any problems, and we had a lot of fun doing it. So I think that's the best thing that we really brought from this event as far as making the video. And also now talking about what we took from learning about courage from this leadership workshop, this leadership academy, was that courage is overcoming adversity and overcoming things in the hardest times, and learning about who you are and who those around you are, and really working together and really taking those fears and overcoming them and being successful at it. So that's what we took from WLA.
When asked what we learned about courageous leadership, all I could think of was when I look at every single one of these members, every single one of these state officers in HOSA, I just imagine them standing next to Benjamin Franklin, George Washington, JFK, men that had great courage, even women that had great courage, and I see it in every single one of you. And I think what our group took from WLA with the courage is definitely that you work as a team. It's not just one leader. You have to unify yourself and be all together as one conglomerate of leaders.
Hi, I'm Michaela from Montana, and my question was what will your team start doing? And we kind of decided that we'll all start, we kind of had an inside joke, but it was more of others and less of us. And just have like a successful, sorry, it's really funny. To have like a successful organization, we have to see what our members want and not just what we want and what we think is best. We need the input of the others, and we need to listen to them more.
I feel like overall we worked amazing as a team. I feel like I got really close to a lot of them, maybe most of them. I was more of a quiet one actually, but I really got close to all of them, and we bonded so good. The FDR video was the one that got us close. It like broke us, and we were like having so much fun with it, and yeah, great experience.
Hello. Oh, can they hear me? Oh, my name is Brianna from DC, and my question was a highlight. A highlight from this whole experience, well, because it was my first time, the whole experience was a highlight. But also, being able to have bucket fillers every day and realizing the little things you do for others really impacted everybody more than you would ever know. And we got to share what filled our bucket that day. It was very impressive because I didn't think such little things would have an impact on people.
Hey y'all, I'm Kaylee from Mississippi, and my question was, what will your team stop doing? And we decided that we were going to stop trying to put down others and fill in their buckets and stuff like that. So, yeah.
The last point we're going to make is that I've noticed whenever you get a bunch of state officers and a group together, people that are used to being in front of people and used to being able to lead people, you get something kind of like a 9-headed dog that's all chasing different bones. So yeah, exactly. It's hard. And so I'm going to use a bit of an analogy. I'm a bit of a fitness enthusiast. So leave your ego at the door and focus on furthering your goals instead of furthering your own wants and your own desires. If we can come so far by chasing after our own individual wants and needs, imagine how far we can get by all pushing behind the same cause. Thank you.
Just kidding. We're not done yet.
Hi guys,
I rescind
I'm
my previous
Bethany
statement.
Cooper from Nevada. And so something that we definitely took from this and that we will most definitely start doing is really filling people's buckets, because we all know, like, everybody loves those words of encouragement, but sometimes we don't always realize that we need to give them because we just infer that they know it from, like, our smiles. But we always need to fill each other's buckets, encourage the heart. And one other thing is, we're all leaders here, so we are always, like, if we're in a group, we always want to be the top. But the problem is we have 10 leaders, one group. You normally only have one leader. So we all have to compromise and realize that we're not always the number one leader. And you can have more than one leader, but we just need to remember that.
Okay, and now I'm going to leave you guys with a quote from John F. Kennedy. It is not what HOSA can do for you, but what you can do for HOSA.
Amen.
And lastly, we'd like to welcome the John Paul Jones Memorial Courage Team.
I got question one.
Do we have the?
Okay, she's doing one. No, I'm doing four. It's
Okay. No, sir.
Hey guys, we're from the John Paul Jones Memorial. 4 of our members are gone right now, but we're gonna try and do our best. How many questions are there? Okay, so somebody's answering too. Is that? Oh, excellent. Go ahead.
I'm Chelsea McCoy from West Virginia, and our first question was what the most memorable thing for our team was. We liked when we walked through the monuments because we thought we got to bond a lot and get to know each other, so our team got closer together.
Hi everyone, I'm Rhonda Esper and I'm part of the Texas HOSA officer team. There are 2 things I'd like to share with you all. The first is my quote. That was, it is a leader's courage to share their vision with everyone. And that comes from their passion, not position. And I think it gives us insight that no matter which position you're in as a leader, you can still be innovative, inspirational, and have an impact. And I think I've noticed at the area levels of HOSA, a lot of people don't realize that they can still have an impact, and your experience as a leader is what you make of it. And the second thing is that I would like to, our team would like to thank all of the advisors who have come out with us tonight. You all are absolutely incredible. You're so patient, you're so kind to us, and you're like our HOSA moms and dads. So I would like you all to please stand up and be recognized. Thank you.
I was going for a standing ovation.
You got it.
Oh, please. Hi guys, I'm back. I'm Clayton from Florida HOSA, and I'm doing question 3. What did your team learn about courageous leadership at WLA? John Paul Jones was basically the first naval officer of the United States. He's called the father of the Navy, and he was kind of just a crazy Scotsman. But what was really exciting about what he did was he was insane. He got his own captainship, and he actually sailed to the British coast and took the fight to the British. One guy decided to just start taking down British ships. And he did it too. He captured like over 50 ships by the end of his career, and I don't think he lost a single one. And I think what's really exciting about that is that his decision to be so irrevocably bold just impacted our entire nation for almost, as long as it's been around. And there's a really great Danish proverb that says that the bold are always lucky. And I think I think John Paul Jones really exemplifies that quote.
I'm Shauna Clark from Indiana. My question was, what was each member's conference highlight? And I know everybody in our team had a different highlight. Mine was the running around Washington, because not only did we have to be professional as well, but we got to kind of see everybody outside of like sitting in the ballroom, doing our leadership activities. And it was fun to see everybody's like personalities collide with each other and like how everybody else acts outside.
I'm Ahmet from California. What we decided that our team and we as individuals would start doing more is listening to each other and trusting each other and not worrying about who the blame goes to when something goes wrong. And we learned that from the secret tile game when it first started, because none of us could communicate. And, if someone wasn't looking, like, while I'm going, like, and, they'd, like, step on the wrong step, like, you'd be like, oh, man, come on. Like, if you had just looked, we would have been fine. But you quickly realize that blaming someone, it doesn't get you anywhere. And it kind of just hurts feelings. And so we went from that, and we started trusting each other, and it's not about who gets the blame. It's about working together, getting to a common goal, and doing it as a team. And so that's what we took away.
Hi, I'm Shane Naole, and I'm from Hawaii. I guess I'm doing the last two questions, what we're going to stop doing after WLA. I guess we're going to stop not talking to each other. And then something that we'll continue doing is advocating HOSA, like getting out of our comfort zone, being courageous, and promoting this awesome organization. Thank you.
Let's give all the groups one big final round of applause. We'd also like to recognize another special guest. He's a longtime supporter of HOSA. From the Office of the Medical Reserve Corps, Civilian Medical Reserve Corps, please give a big round of applause to Captain Robert Sasato for joining us today. As we prepare to show the Think Back video, I want you guys to think back to the first day that you came here, and all you saw when you looked around were strangers. And now as you look around, you can't help but see anything but one big HOSA family. Throughout these 4 days, you have all grown so much, and you might not even notice it, but you have. You have grown so much. As you prepare to head back to your states, remember that all this growth and all this training doesn't mean anything if you don't take it back and continue to apply it. If you don't continue to maintain this network, this national network of officers, if you don't continue to bring these leadership lessons to all of your members, if you don't continue to build better youths, better members, better chapters, better state associations, and better health professionals. This conference has been truly something different, something that hasn't been done before. You've all made history and left a legacy by being here. All the effort you put in and all the time you spent will help make future WLAs even better than this one. And so that means that because of you, future state officers will be even greater leaders. So I want to thank all of you, because although this WLA has been something new, you guys have been such a wonderful set of leaders, and the national officers and everyone could not have put this on without your great support, without all of you participating, and with all of you being so friendly. So, as you head back, don't wait to be a better leader. Do it now, because the future starts now.